What is up, guys, and welcome to another podcast/video. Um, we got a little bit of stuff to talk about on this Knicks versus Pistons game. I mean, again, it was an ugly win for the Knicks, but I think there's more that we can talk about. But the Pistons rotations that it kind of like sparked me because I'm not a Pistons fan and I don't really watch every single Pistons game. I mean, look, you're 2-16. Like, what, am I gonna watch you that much? No. But I did get intrigued by some of the starting lineup rotations. So he's starting over Ivy. Now, I've heard in the Pistons community that Ivy has not played a lot, and he is hated by Monty Williams. So, uh, man, Monty Williams always has somebody that he hates. Like he hated DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, but is that the way to get wins? I don't know. But Ivy, he doesn't look comfortable. He looks like he's having to step down, and that's not somebody you want to. You drafted him so high. Why is he not feeling comfortable? It's just him and Cage don't make sense to me. Granted, they did have a good game today, but what? Asar off the bench. I know the spacing, you want livers in versus spacing. I understand that. But you're just like, let's get the best product we can out there and let's try to get a W. Like, the best product out there and let's go. Like Isaiah Livers, I understand the spacing, but let's just go put out the best product because they're just that bad. Like, if I'm them, I'm like, oh, we're just that bad. We just need to put out the best product on the floor, and that's what they need to do. But they didn't. They put on Isaiah Livers. Isaiah Livers is a great. I don't know. No one really talks about him. He's a great 3-and-D player. I mean, I watched him a little bit. He can play. Oh, he can play. He has a spot. He has a spot on this roster because he can shoot the 3 ball, and not a lot of players in the Pistons can shoot the 3 ball. Brunson is aggressive. Brunson was aggressive this game. When he's aggressive, he can have 40. So what he does is that he can easily have 40. Like, he could have had 40 last night or 2 nights ago against the Hornets, but he didn't because he didn't feel like it. He let other people get involved. That's great. You get other people involved. Hey, if that's how you want to win the game, then you're the point guard. Go figure out a way to win the game, and you're the guy, our captain. Go figure out a way to win the game, and that's what he did. He won the game by scoring today, and 2 days ago he won the game by his passing. And hey, it just shows how good Jalen Brunson is at both sides when it comes to passing and shooting. Um. Uh. And also, no one else showed up in the first half. I feel like it's such like a thing that I want to keep track of. How many times will the Knicks players except Brunson not show up in the first half? Because that's big. We could have the slippage against the Pistons, but again, we're playing the Bucks. We're playing the Raptors. The Knicks are playing the Bucks. I mean, the Knicks are playing the Raptors, and they're playing the Bucks. So the Bucks, you can't have that slippage. You'll lose by 30 if you're just relying on Brunson. You gotta just click. Everybody's gotta go in the first half. I think that the best way to do this is to make Julie Trainer that Mr. First Quarter again, because the way it did it was like the Knicks had somebody who was clicking the game, already, and then you just know that Jalen Brunson from the start's clicking the game. You don't really need him to put up a shot, but you got Randall involved, and he and Brunson are now in the game, and then it feeds off the RJ, and then, yeah. So Detroit, what I said about Detroit is that they could have won this game. It's just they love giving the other team the ball, and it's just careless. It's just careless. I mean, yeah, it's just. I mean, like, I know they're a young team, but this was hard to watch. But again, they only lost by 6 points, but it was hard to watch them just like turn over the ball every single time. Marcus Sasser, even as good as he was, we'll talk about him later. He dribbled the ball and he lost it a lot. Like, the whole team, I felt like couldn't really hang on to the ball, but they still only lost by 6. Hart was the first one coming off the bench. I kind of looked at that. That's kind of like something that that Davis wants to do. Have Hart the first one off the bench, and if it works, it works. I mean, I'm also like if Hart's the first one off the bench, you definitely need Quickly to come right after. Right after it, because I feel like Quickly didn't play a lot of minutes. I know he didn't play a good game, but defensively he was decent. And hey, he'll hit his shots. Like, tomorrow we'll need him because I don't know if he's resting him for a back to back. I don't know about that at all. But hey, um, what I looked at in the second half was just defense is our best offense at some points. It's just like we get a good stop defensively, and offensively we can just run out turnovers, and the Knicks just leading from turnovers to scoring is just great to watch because the Knicks force them not a lot, but when the Knicks do, they are a dangerous team when it comes to getting in transition. But we just never do that. But Marcus Sasser is I mean, I talked about him in the post game, I mean pregame, but about a little bit, but I didn't really think a lot. But man, that man can shoot. He it's I think he went to Houston College. Uh, um, went to the same college as Quentin Grimes. So that's fun. But we gotta talk. We gotta have a whole segment about Quentin Grimes right now because he just doesn't look like himself. Like he doesn't look like himself at all. Like all these like passing up opportunities. Like, come on, shoot the ball in rhythm. Come on, this is not hard. What you gotta do is shoot the ball in rhythm, pump fake, one dribble, pull up. I'm not asking for a lot here. I'm not asking for a lot. And I think it is also Brunson's job as much as okay, he has 40. But I'm saying this is the point guard's job, the guy who has handled the ball, to give Quentin Grimes that basketball a little bit and get him engaged. Because it looked like Brunson had no help. And it didn't help that like Quentin Grimes wasn't touching the basketball. So that's just something to keep an eye on is how much does Quentin Grimes actually touch the basketball. And because he is pretty dynamic when he does touch the basketball, he just hasn't really touched the basketball at all. And it's just kind of like that thing where like he's just not getting used the right way, and you never know if he's the next one out of the Knicks organization. I mean, he's the next one traded. You never know, but you never know how good he will be if you don't just use him. If you don't just use him in a way where he feels comfortable. I mean, you don't really need to go over the top. I guess he's our fourth option in the starting lineup, I think. But again, he still can get the ball like about 5 times a game. Like I feel like that's an easy number to hit. Just like get him the ball. If it comes to collapsing defense, I mean, again, it's a lot of just Jalen Brunson scoring a lot, and it's like, the defense didn't really collapse at all. Um, I just think he's better against like better defensive schemes because they'll collapse, and then he's better when the defense is collapsed, and he can have open shots. But I see the Bucks as a game where he could go off. I mean, this was an easy game for him to just go off. I felt like this was the perfect game. You just get him involved, and you just say like, okay, we're playing the Pistons tonight. I mean, hindsight is before the game, but the Pistons not a good team before the game. I mean, they still aren't a good team, but hindsight is they aren't a good basketball team, and we could just get Quentin Grimes going this game, and it could really benefit us through the whole season, but through the rest of the season, the rest of the games before All-Star break. But I just haven't seen any like reps from Quentin Grimes when it comes to just all he's doing is guarding Cade Cunningham and just not doing anything else. Like, is he not human? Like, he's got to say something. Like I know you want to be this guy without an ego, but you gotta say something. You gotta be like, I I'm here as a shooting guard. Like when I don't touch the ball at all, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. I understand Jalen Brunson's so good, but when I don't touch the ball, it doesn't work. It won't work. I mean, if you're asking, oh, Jalen Brunson is this, he needs that. Well, when you're giving Quentin Grimes have 5 shots, what's that? He hit it actually, but again, I feel like you should get more than 5 shots. To be honest with you, I think if you're gonna try to grow a starting shooting guard, you have to get more than 5 shots. Especially you have to. You also have to appreciate his performance when he's guarding Cade. Like give him the ball, feed whenever the big man makes a block, you let him go down and catch the alley oop or catch the ball and get going. Same thing about guards. I mean, when the guards defend, they should be rewarded. Like Grimes should be rewarded to be able to make a play with his great defense. I just don't understand what's happening right now. I just can't believe that I'm saying this. I'm sitting here and saying that Grimes is bad, but he is. I mean, I'm a big fan. It's just like, where's the offense? You look like Tony Allen right now. Like, where's the offense? And I can attribute that to a lot, and I just said that. You can attribute that to a lot of stuff, but I mean, again, you got to hit shots at the end of the day, and you also need to be used. We just haven't found that. I wouldn't go out on a limb and say, but the second unit also needs a little bit of help too. The second unit needs help. I don't think ball handling wise. I mean, if we could just plug Quentin Grimes, the second unit, maybe he gets more action when it comes to just being able to shoot the ball more, being able to touch the ball more, being able to make more plays. It's just him and Quickly together. I mean, you know what? I mean, Quickly can really help him out. I think in his game, and just slide DiVincenzo to the starting shooting guard position. I just think that's the best thing because he'll get way more reps on the bench when it comes to touching the basketball and being able to make plays, and they'll feel more free. And we'll get to see his playmaking full effect. We'll get to see his confidence with Isaiah Hartenstein, his confidence with Hart. Like I think quickly Grimes, quickly Grimes, Hart, and Hartenstein as your bench is pretty good. Like my thing is that who guards the best player? I think that's the job for RJ Barrett. If you want to give RJ Barrett the keys on the defensive side of the ball, you have to just make sure he can guard the best player. You just gotta try it at least once. You just gotta put him on Anthony Edwards at least once. You gotta put him on Jimmy Butler at least once. Like you have to going into the Bucks, you kind of would want to put him on Damian Lillard. See if his length can guard Damian Lillard. I mean, just experiment there. I mean, yes, you could put DiVincenzo on him, but that's if it doesn't work. But yeah, I just DiVincenzo is a good ball deflector. That I feel off ball he's great at just deflecting the ball. So he's not maybe not as much of a one-on-one defender. But I mean, I would try it at least. I would sit here and try it, especially going up against the Raptors. I would at least go out in there and try it, and just go out there and just see what I can get from Dante DiVincenzo on the defensive end in the starting lineup playing one-on-one, defensively. And I think he's a pretty good point of attack defender. And he would, I mean, just saying if he started, he would guard. I mean, I guess Scotty Barnes. I mean, he would guard not Scotty. I want RJ on Scotty. I really want RJ on Scotty. And I want DiVincenzo. You know, that's a whole other that's the pregame show. Come on. That's the pregame show. Y'all know. Okay. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, and let's go Knicks. Peace.